troubleshooting your skates. Let's jump in. Does one of the wheels on your skate not touch the ground? Do your skate swerve to the right when you push it in a straight line? Does your skate make a creaking, squeaking sound? Let me, Payne, help you fix these problems. What to do when not all your wheels are touching the ground at the same time. If this is not an issue while you're roller skating, don't worry about it. Like this video anyway and subscribe to the channel. But if it is an issue while you are rolling, let me show you how to fix it. First things first, when troubleshooting your skates, we are going to first look at our trucks. How tight or how loose is our trucks? So let's start with that. This one, it seems like there's a problem with my back right wheel. So I'm going to lift my skates up and I'm going to start messing around with my truck a little bit here. So we know the saying, lefty loosey, righty tighty. The reason I'm loosening my trucks is because I think it's the tightness that's actually pulling up the wheel off of the ground. Remember, when we loosen our trucks, we gotta wiggle, 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 wiggle a little bit. Now, let's test it. Let's see. Ooh, I got a bit of a roll there, so we're gonna loosen it up a little bit more. The whole idea behind this is you loosen and you test. You loosen and you test. You loosen and you test and you test and you loosen. That was fun. I hope you guys clapped hands with me. All right, let's try this one. So the truck is quite loose now. I can wiggle it. I don't know. I think you can see that. I can wiggle it quite obviously. Let's try and test it. No. It's a little bit better. You can even see as I push weight, just a little bit of my hand weight down, it's already pushing the wheel and making it spin. All right. For the sake of this video, let's pretend that that did not work. All right. So if it did not work, if loosening your trucks did not work, the next thing we're going to do is switching our trucks around. That means we're going to take the back trucks and just pop them right in front on the front trucks. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. As I take my trucks off, I'm going to take my back truck and I'm going to switch it like this and I'm going to pop it in front. And then same one for my front truck, because we're just making sure that they go into the little pivot holes, all right? And then for this one, I swapped it around. I'm making sure all my cups and my cushions and everything is exactly where they need to be. They stay where they are. I'm gonna finger tighten this nut, and then test it, and then I'm gonna start tightening, tightening, tightening. So look how loose these guys are. Blah, 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 blah. Now let's see. Whoa, okay, so all the wheels are definitely spinning and definitely moving. So that's awesome. It seems like switching my trucks helped, but also remember they are extremely loose. So we gotta tighten them up again and then do another test. That's all it's about, is always testing. That's science, yo, science. Okay, let's test again. So it's definitely a pressure thing for this one. So mostly with skates that are a little bit smaller in size, their weight is not as hefty to actually push the trucks down, like I said earlier. So we're gonna just chalk it up to that because this skate has not given me any issues. Luckily for me, switching my trucks out totally helped. But if you still have this issue while skating and your wheel is not touching, please go ahead and start rotating your wheels out. So the way that I would rotate my wheels out is I would take my back wheel here and I would pop it with my front wheel. So I would cross it like this. Cross switch, and then with my other skate too, and then start switching those trucks and those wheels, and then just keep testing it. What do you do when your skate swerves to the right or to the left? Well, you probably know what I'm going to say. Check your trucks, check your wheels, but most importantly, check your mounting. So let's get that out of the way. Let's make sure that your skate is center mounted on your boot according to your foot. Snooky's going to help me out with this one. We're going to show you how to find the center of the front part of your foot. So this is what you do. Generally, it's really tough to figure out exactly where your second and your third toe is within a shoe because the boots are so stiff and rigid of a roller skate. But in your mind, you know your own body, so you know where your toesies are. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Place your foot inside of your skate. Figure out where's your big toe. Oh, big toe, hee, go. Then we find our little second toe, and then the space in between our second and our third toe. That's the center mount for in front. That's your center line. So take your finger, draw the line down, and see if it matches up to the center of the plate. So these antiques match up beautifully. This is Luna's legs, by the way. So that's her third and second toe. We draw that line down, and the mounting is perfect center. For the heel, it's a little bit easier because you can clearly see where the center line of the boot is, and you know where the center line of your foot is. Just follow that Achilles heel, yo. Let's say for argument's sake, your mounting is a little bit off. When I say a little bit, I mean like 1 to 2 millimeters off, all right? There is quite a lot of room to play with when it comes to the mounting at the center line, just because we all have very different feet and we do place our weight in very different spots, very uniquely, I should say. So if your mounting is a little bit off and you do not want to, or you cannot take it into your nearest skate shop to get it remounted, this is what you do. Get the correct tool that goes with your mounting nuts. So in the Chaya, in this case, it's going to be an 8mm little wrench. What I'm going to do is, if my skate is swerving to the right, it probably means that it is mounted a little bit too much to the outside. So what I want to do is I want to loosen the right mounting nuts, lefty-loosey, and I want to tighten the left mounting nuts a bit more. All right, so that's kind of basic physics. If it's pushing here, then I mean I'm going to relieve it here and I'm going to make it push to the left a little bit more, all right? So let me do that now. 1, 2, I'm going the same for everything. So the first one I'm loosening up 2, and then the back one I'm also loosening it twice, 2 little pulls, and then I'm going to tighten my left side, righty tighty, only 1 tighty, and then again back, only 1 tighty. All right, and then that should fix the problem. Like I say, that's only for if your mounting is a little bit off. If your mounting is off a whole fingertip, take it into the closest skate shop and let them remount it for you. If, however, the mounting is not your issue, you also know what I'm going to say. I said it in the first one. Switch those trucks up, switch those wheels out, and make sure everything is nice and tight. If your skate is squeaking or creaking as you are skating, there are a number of reasons that this might happen. I can tell you a story about a very young Payne who just got her first pair of jacks, and she put it on an Avanti plate and it looked beautiful, but holy moly did it make a noise. I would come rolling up and people would be like, whoa, who's this, the haunted house? Like whatever, right? I got jacks. If your wheels are making a clinking clanking sound, if you move them, your wheels are too loose. So definitely check your wheel nuts. Make sure that they're tight enough so that they don't move up and down, but that they have enough room to wiggle to the left and to the right and have that beautiful spin moment that we always talk about. We have a video, wheel maintenance. We have a video, go check it out. We show you exactly how to change it up. If our wheels are fine, toe stop. That's usually also a very big perpetrator. Wow, big words. That's usually a very big reason why your skate might be clinking, clanking. And then the last thing to check would be that mounting gear. I have to give you a little bit of a disclaimer or a pro tip. You decide in the comments. The reason I think my jacks never stopped creaking is because I think my boot was really fighting the mounting gear for the plate. So it was always, you know, because it is definitely a wooden sole or whatever. So sometimes your boots just creak, and deal with it. It makes them more pretty. It makes them unique, you know? If you do have a persistent issue with that creaking boot and you really don't like the whole haunted house vibes on wheels, just remount your plate. See if you can remount it onto a different plate, because that's what happened with my jacks. I remounted it onto the Kaya Zina plate and the squeaking went away. Let's do a quick recap. One of your wheels aren't touching the ground, your mounting is a little bit off, and your skate is squeaking and creaking. By making sure our mounting is good, making sure our trucks are okay, loose enough, tight enough, and making sure our wheels are functional. So those are the 3 things we need to remember when we want to tackle any issue on our skates. Good luck, y'all. I hope I helped you out. Leave a comment below if there's any sort of issue that you really want to figure out and you've been trying and no one can help you. Maybe I can. And yeah, see you later, alligator. No, see you later, crocodile. In a while, alligator.